and the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Do you pay any attention to this White House Correspondents' Dinner? This comedian, she's under fire today. We're going to get to that in a second. But first, I am joined by NBC News correspondent Stephanie Gosk and NBC News national correspondent Kate Snow. Yes, welcome to you both. And we begin with an update in the latest allegations in the Me Too movement, which happened to be against our own Tom Brokaw. They broke late Thursday night. We were not live on the air on Friday, but there's an update to the story. Kate, let me start with you just to get the audience up to speed.
So these are allegations primarily coming from a former correspondent at NBC News back in the 1990s. Linda Vester is her name. She alleges that Tom Brokaw attempted to kiss her, forcibly tried to kiss her on two different occasions, once in London and once here in New York at a hotel. In both cases, she says he was uninvited and showed up at her place.
24 years ago.
Yes. We have some sound from her, I think, that we can roll. And then I want to quickly get to Tom Brokaw's response.
Okay.
I felt trapped because it wasn't a request. It was more of an order. And I felt like this man could destroy my career. So if he said he's coming over, I have to let him come over. He's the most important man at NBC News. I was terrified.
She said she was terrified to speak out because she thought it would jeopardize her career. Now, Tom Brokaw has, I can't say strongly enough, vehemently denied these allegations. He wrote a letter to colleagues on Friday, which I have in front of me. In part, he says of what happened Thursday night when this all came out in the press, in Variety and the Washington Post, two publications. Tom Brokaw writes, I was ambushed and then perp-walked across the pages of the Washington Post and Variety as an avatar of male misogyny, taken to the guillotine and stripped of any honor and achievement I had earned in more than a half-century of journalism and citizenship. He emphatically states in this letter, Megyn, I did not verbally and physically attack her. He says to suggest all of this is right out of Pulp Fiction. I mean, again and again in this letter says her account is not accurate.
Mm-hmm. Which is different than what we've seen in some of these. He went to the two places,
but did not in any way attack her.
Right. Which she doesn't say attack either.
That's his word.
But this is different because not in every case does the man come out and forcefully deny it. In fact, we've seen in some of the cases the men have said, I screwed up. I'm not a perfect person. I made mistakes. Tom is saying it did not happen, that he did visit her.
At another point in the letter, he says, I am not a perfect person. I've made mistakes personally and professionally, but as I write this at dawn on the morning after a drive-by shooting by Vester, the Washington Post and Variety, this was written on Friday, I am stunned by the free ride given a woman with a grudge against NBC News, no distinctive credentials or issues passions while at Fox. He's talking about her later stint at Fox News. The point being, he is saying several times letter, he denies what she's saying, and he believes that it's sort of a vendetta against him for other reasons.
But she says she has contemporaneous journal notes and a friend to whom she reported it.
That's right. That's right.
Who apparently backed her up.
Which NBC News, to be clear, has not been able to verify. I've not seen those journal entries. I've not spoken to that friend who was a former producer at this network.
So I think it's a good point to remind people that in this Me Too movement, you have this umbrella of allegations that fall within it, and they go everywhere from first-degree rape all the way to something
other people you're talking.
Yes, yeah, the allegations. And it's a reminder for everyone as you sit here and try to go through all of this and come up with your own opinion on it. Each case is different and should be considered on a case-by-case basis.
Well, that's the thing, is that, you know, back during the presidential race, Hillary Clinton came out and said, I believe every accuser should be believed. And, except those accusing her husband. I mean, honestly, it's like, that shouldn't be the rule in this case or any other. The men are entitled to due process, and the women are entitled to be heard and to a full-fledged investigation of the claims they choose to raise. She chose not to raise this one with NBC. She hasn't been at NBC in a long time. But I am told that we've reached out to her attorney to find out more. NBC have reached out to find out more, and her attorney's on the record today with a new statement.
Linda Vester's attorney is named Ari Wilkenfeld. I've been talking to him since Thursday night, right? And he does say a couple different things. One new statement late last night. I think he sent it at 11:30 last night. He says, my client stands by her allegations. She is glad to see the discussion of issues regarding sexual harassment continue. She will have more to say very soon. I don't know what that refers to. I don't know if she's doing other interviews. For the record, I have not spoken to Linda Vester directly, although I've asked to.
But he's mad that NBC doesn't have an outside investigation.
Yeah, he separately said in another statement, I'm calling on the company, this company, to hire an outside investigator. Now, let me just explain. NBC News